Look at your life right now. Let's be brutally honest for a minute. You think you are doing everything right. You think you are being a good person. When someone asks you for help, you say yes. When you make a plan, you stick to it. You tell people how you feel. You explain your thoughts. You try to be reliable, transparent, and easy to understand. You think this makes you valuable. You think this makes you respected. But look at where that actually got you. You are being taken for granted. You feel used. Think about your friend group. When you speak, do they stop and listen? Or do they talk over you? Think about the people you text. Do you reply in 5 minutes only for them to leave you on read for 5 hours? Think about your workplace. You do the heavy lifting, you show up on time, and yet the person who barely works gets all the praise. You feel like a background character in your own life. You are the safe option. You are the backup plan. You probably sit awake at night thinking there is something wrong with you. You wonder why people don't respect you. You think you are broken. You think you need to be louder or richer or better looking. You are not broken. You are just painfully, hopelessly predictable. Society has trained you to be an open book, but in the real world, open books get burned. You are being conditioned to act in weak, agreeable ways. These behaviors make you incredibly easy to read, and if you are easy to read, you are easy to control. If you are easy to control, you are easy to replace. This is not an accident. This is by design. You were lied to. From the exact moment you were born, the systems around you set a trap. Your schools, your parents, your friend groups, your bosses, the dating market, they all taught you a massive lie. They told you that honesty is the best policy. They told you that being a reliable, predictable person makes you a high-value person. Why would they teach you that? Because a predictable person is a safe person. A predictable person does not threaten the system. When your boss knows exactly how much work you will tolerate, they know exactly how much they can underpay you. When your fake friends know exactly when you will reply to their texts, they know they can ignore you until they need a favor. When the people you date know you will always forgive them, they start looking for someone else to entertain them. This system silently rewards your submission. It punishes your independence. It is a zero-sum game. There are winners and there are losers, and right now, you are losing. You are losing because you keep showing everyone your cards before the game even starts. You give away your time, your energy, and your mystery for free, and people do not value what they get for free. They smile at your reliability, but secretly, they lose respect for you. You have become a tool for other people to build their own lives. There is a reason you feel this specific, quiet anger inside of you. Friedrich Nietzsche saw you coming over 100 years ago. I want you to imagine him sitting in the corner of your room right now. He is watching you. He watches you type out another long, emotional text message to someone who barely cares about you. He watches you bite your tongue when someone insults you disguised as a joke. He is shaking his head. Nietzsche would not feel sorry for you. He would not see you as a victim. He would look at your behavior and diagnose you with what he called slave morality. Let me explain what that means in plain English. You think being open, nice, and predictable makes you a good person. You think your patience is a virtue. Nietzsche would tell you the brutal truth. You only value those traits because you lack the power to be anything else. You are not nice. You are harmless. There is a massive difference. You call your weakness virtue, so you do not have to face the terrifying fact that you are powerless. Slave morality is a trick your brain plays on you. It convinces you that staying quiet and taking the abuse makes you morally superior. It does not. It just makes you a slave to the herd. But Nietzsche also wrote about something else, something dangerous. He called it the will to power. The will to power is the deep, driving force inside every human being. It is the primal urge to conquer, to grow, and to control your own reality. It is the reason you feel sick to your stomach when someone talks down to you. That sickness is your will to power screaming at you, begging you to fight back. But right now, you are handing your power over to the herd. You care too much about what they think. You are letting them map out your mind. You are letting them dictate your worth. The ultimate goal, Nietzsche said, is to become the Übermensch, the Superman. This is not a comic book hero. The Übermensch is the person who completely breaks free from the herd's rules. It is the person who stops seeking validation from people they do not even respect. The Übermensch creates their own values. They are the master of their own reality. But you cannot be a master if everyone knows what you are going to do next. You cannot be a master if you are an open book. Listen to me very closely. That pain you feel, that isolation, that quiet, burning anger you feel when you get ignored, overlooked, or rejected, that is not failure. That anger is a gift. It is the very first stage of your psychological awakening. It is your mind finally detaching from the herd. It is you realizing that their validation is completely, utterly worthless. It is time to stop playing their game. It is time to weaponize your unpredictability. In this video, I am going to show you how to completely tear down the predictable, weak version of yourself. I will show you how to act like a fool so you can think like a master. We are going to break down the core principles of dark psychology and Nietzschean strategy. I will show you how to scramble how people see you. I will show you how to cut off their control. And I will show you how to take your power back permanently. Welcome to the real game. If you want to survive, you have to kill your ego. You have to stop playing by the rules that were designed to keep you trapped. Here are the principles to completely dismantle the predictable version of yourself. Principle 1. The jester's cloak. Think about a royal court from hundreds of years ago. The king sits on his throne. He wears a heavy crown. He puffs out his chest. He wants everyone to know he is in charge. But because everyone knows he is the king, he is constantly a target. People lie to him. People plot against him. Now look at the court jester, the fool. The jester dances around in a silly hat. He says whatever he wants. He looks harmless. No one fears the fool. And because they do not fear him, they do not hide anything from him. The fool hears the whispers in the dark. The fool knows the deepest secrets of the kingdom. He holds the real power because he has all the information. Right now, you are acting like a fake king. You are desperate for people to know how smart you are. Think about your actual life. You sit in a room and someone says something slightly wrong. What do? You jump in. You correct them. You argue in the comments sections online. You want the clout. You want to flex your intellect. You want everyone to look at you and say, wow, they are so smart. Nietzsche is standing in the back of that room watching you. He is laughing at your fragile ego. He sees exactly what you are doing. Your desperate need to look smart is a heavy iron chain. It ties you directly to the herd. You are begging them for applause. You are performing for them. Nietzsche would tell you that the master does not need applause from sheep. The Übermensch does not care if the herd thinks he is a genius or an idiot. Showing off your intellect is a rookie mistake. It puts a massive target on your back. When you show people how smart you are, you trigger their deepest insecurities. You make them feel small, and human beings hate feeling small. They will secretly team up to bring you down, just to protect their own egos. They will smile in your face and sabotage you behind your back. In this zero-sum game, your intelligence is your biggest liability if everyone can see it. Put on the jester's cloak. Play dumb. The next time you're with your fake friends or your toxic boss and they start explaining something you already know perfectly well, do not stop them. Do not correct them. Just nod. Open your eyes wide. Say, wow, I never actually thought of it like that. Watch what happens. Watch their ego inflate. Let them feel like an absolute genius. Let them talk, brag, and expose their own hidden plans. You gather data while they gather ego. You hide your sharpest weapons in plain sight. Keep your mouth shut until the exact moment you need to strike. But hiding your intelligence is only the first step. You also have to hide your reality. Principle 2. The fortress in the fog. Your life right now is a glass house, and you have left all the lights on. Everyone walking by can see exactly what you are doing. They know what you are eating. They know who you are dating. They know what makes you angry. They know why you are sad. You have left no mystery. You are a completely open book. You need to become a fortress hidden in heavy black fog. You overshare because you are absolutely terrified of being alone. You post a black screen on your story with a sad song, just hoping that one specific person replies. You tell your co-workers about your weekend plans because you want them to think you have a cool life. You want the herd to witness your existence. You think if they are not watching you, you do not exist. Nietzsche warned us about this exact sickness. He said that he who cannot endure solitude is destined to be a slave forever. You are terrified of the dark. You are terrified of silence, so you trade your personal mystery for cheap, worthless hits of dopamine. The herd owns your attention. Information is ammunition. Every single time you tell people your goals, you are giving them bullets. Every time you explain your fears, you are loading their gun. Every time you show them your daily routine, you are handing them a map to your mind. They use your transparency to build a psychological profile on you. They know exactly which buttons to push to make you react. They know exactly what to say to make you feel guilty. They control you because you gave them the manual on how your brain works. You must deploy information starvation. Cut off their supply. Stop announcing your moves. Stop posting your wins before they happen. Stop telling people about your failures. When someone asks what you are up to this weekend, do not give them a schedule. Give them a blank stare and a vague, boring answer. Say, just working on some things, keeping busy, and then stop talking. Become a total ghost online and in person. When you stop giving people data, their brains panic. They naturally start to assume you are doing something massive. They assume you are powerful. Let them project their own fears into your silence. Level up in the dark. But cutting off their information supply is not enough. Once you are hidden in the fog, you have to break the rhythm they have you trapped in. You have stopped giving them data, but just hiding is not enough to take your power back. To completely break the hold these people have on you, you have to destroy the rhythm they expect from you. Principle 3. The phantom rhythm. Think of a metronome sitting on a piano. Tick, tock, tick, tock. It is soothing, right? It is comfortable. It puts you to sleep because it is perfectly predictable. You always know exactly when the next tick is coming. That is you. You are the metronome. Now think of a phantom in an old abandoned house. It might not appear for 6 months. You think it is gone. You drop your guard. And then, suddenly at 3 a.m., the doors slam shut. The temperature drops. Which one of those commands more attention? Which one commands absolute respect and fear? The metronome gets ignored. The phantom controls the entire house. Look at your daily habits. You operate on a schedule designed by your masters. Your phone buzzes. You look at it immediately. You reply to texts in 3 minutes. You are always available to hang out when your fake friends are bored. You are always the one to reach out first. Nietzsche is staring at you in disbelief. He sees a tamed animal. You are domesticated. You are a pet to your social circle. Nietzsche says the will to power requires you to be untamed. A master does not respond to a leash. You cannot be a wild, powerful force if your entire behavior fits neatly into a spreadsheet. Your predictability is a cage, and you locked yourself inside it. Let me give you a brutal lesson in social economics. If people know they can access you whenever they want, your value drops to absolute zero. Availability equals worthlessness in modern social dynamics. It is basic supply and demand. If diamonds were laying all over the street, nobody would pick them up. You are putting yourself on the street. When you are always there, people naturally assume you have nothing better to do. They assume you have no options. You must scramble your patterns. You need to become the phantom, ghost them strategically, break your rhythm entirely. If you normally text back in 5 minutes, do not reply for 24 hours. The next time they text you, reply in exactly 10 seconds. Then leave the next message on read for 2 days. If you always go to the Friday night meetup, vanish for 3 weeks. Do not give them a reason. Do not make up a fake excuse. Make them wonder where you are. Make them wonder who you are with. When you refuse to make sense, you start living rent-free in their head. They will obsess over your absence. You reclaim your power by simply not being where they expect you to be. But scrambling your patterns is only half the battle. While you keep them confused, you need to start feeding on their weaknesses. Principle 4. The predator's feint. Watch how apex predators operate in the wild. When 2 wolves fight for dominance, it is not always the biggest one that wins. Sometimes a smarter, slightly smaller wolf will do something shocking. It will roll over onto its back. It will expose its own throat. It looks like total submission. It looks like surrender. The bigger wolf sees this and relaxes. It drops its guard. It steps in close, thinking the fight is over. It thinks it has won. And that is the exact second the smaller wolf strikes. You think power means being loud. You think power means arguing, shouting, and proving you are right. When someone disrespects you, your instinct is to fight back. You want to show them you are strong. You want to defend your honor. Nietzsche would call this pure rookie behavior. He knew that true power is never loud. True power is deeply, quietly psychological. Real masters do not care about looking dominant to the herd. They only care about being dominant. When you argue, you are playing their game. You are showing them that their words affect you. You are giving them your energy. Human beings are completely addicted to feeling superior. It is a drug. If you fight them head-on, their defenses go up. They will fight you to the death just to protect their pride. But if you feed their ego, their defenses completely collapse. People are blind to their own vanity. If you make them feel like a king, they will hand you the keys to the castle. You are going to use weaponized submission. The next time you deal with a toxic boss, do not argue with them. Ask them for advice on a project you already know how to do perfectly. The next time a fake friend tries to subtly put you down, do not get mad. Ask them for their wisdom. Say, you always know exactly what to do. How do you do it? Watch their face. Watch them puff their chest out. Watch them explain basic things to you with a huge smile. They will think they own you. They will drop every single defense they have. They will trust you completely because you made them feel superior. You give them the illusion of control. You let them hold the fake steering wheel. But you are the one secretly pulling all the strings. You are draining their power while they think they are winning. But there will come a time when the game has to end. There will come a moment when you have to remind them exactly who they are dealing with. You have hidden your intelligence. You have starved them of information. You have scrambled your patterns and fed their fragile egos. They think they have you completely figured out. They think you are harmless. They think you are finally under their control. This is exactly where you want them, because now you hold the ultimate advantage. Principle 5. The calculated storm. Think about the Weather Channel. When a hurricane is coming, you see it on the news for 3 straight days. You track it on a map. You board up your windows. You buy supplies. By the time the storm actually hits, you are not scared anymore. You are prepared. But a massive lightning bolt that drops out of a clear blue sky, that terrifies people to their core. It leaves them paralyzed. It leaves them in shock. Look at how you handle conflict right now. When someone crosses your boundaries, you get angry, but you do not act on that anger. Instead, you whine. You send them a massive, desperate paragraph explaining exactly why they hurt your feelings. You tell them you are going to leave if they do it again. You give them 3 days' notice. Nietzsche watches this and shakes his head. He knows exactly why you do this. You give warnings because you do not actually want to cut them off. You are terrified of real conflict. You just want them to apologize so you can go safely back to the herd. You are begging them to fix the cage so you can stay inside. Threats are for the weak. Action is for the powerful. If you warn a toxic person that you are going to leave, they will not respect you. They will just manipulate you into staying. they will turn it around on you. Giving the warning is just giving your enemy time to put up their shields. You must become the lightning bolt. You must execute the calculated storm. When they cross a hard line, you do not explain yourself. You do not send a dramatic "we need to talk" text. You simply strike. You cut ties with absolute zero warning, block their number, unfollow them everywhere, delete their access to your life, vanish into thin air, let them wake up to a ghost. The sudden, violent shock of your absence will hit them like a freight train. Their brain will short-circuit. They will never underestimate you again. But to maintain this cold power, you have to master the final and most difficult step of all. Principle 6. The abyss of misunderstanding. The ocean is deep, dark and massive. It destroys ships. It creates tidal waves. But the ocean never stops to explain to the sailors why it moves. It just exists in its power. A puddle, on the other hand, is shallow. You can see straight through to the dirt at the bottom. Right now, you are a puddle desperately trying to convince everyone that you are an ocean. You have a burning, desperate sickness inside of you. It is the absolute need to be understood. When people get you wrong, you panic. When someone starts a rumor, you rush to defend yourself. When they twist your words, you exhaust yourself trying to fix their perception of you. Nietzsche says this is the ultimate mark of a slave. The master, the Übermensch, walks alone into the dark mountains. He does not look back to see if the villagers think he is crazy. He embraces the abyss of being misunderstood. He knows that sheep can never understand a wolf. People will misunderstand you on purpose. They do it just to drain your energy. They will paint you as the villain so they can play the victim. They want you to defend yourself, because as long as you are explaining yourself, you are reacting to them. As long as you are defending your actions, you are still playing their game. You are losing. Withdraw your validation entirely. Do not give them a single inch. The next time someone misinterprets your actions on purpose or tries to gaslight you into defending yourself, do not fight back. Look them dead in the eye, perfectly calm. Give them a slight smile and say, "Maybe you're right." Then turn your back and walk away. Watch their reality crumble. They wanted a reaction. They wanted a fight. And you gave them a cold, blank brick wall. You took all their power and kept it for yourself. Take a breath. Look at what just happened to your mind over the last 20 minutes. You clicked on this video feeling shame. You felt weak because you kept getting played by fake friends and toxic people. You had deep self-doubt. Then you realized the brutal truth. It was not your fault. Society set you up. They trained you to be a predictable, obedient sheep. That realization turned into betrayal, and that betrayal has now turned into a cold, hard anger. Do not let that anger go. Use it. Let it forge you into something untouchable. You are no longer emotionally invested in what the herd thinks of you. You are emotionally detached. You have leveled up. You have stepped out of the cage and into a place of cold, calculated personal power. From this day forward, you will act like a fool when you need data. You will be a phantom when you need space. You will strike like a storm when they cross the line. But I must give you one final warning. When you start acting like this, the herd will absolutely freak out. They will try to pull you back down. They will call you toxic. They will say you changed. They will try to guilt-trip you back into your old predictable cage. Do not flinch. Let them be mad that they can no longer control you. If you are finally ready to kill your predictable self and take your power back, go down to the comments right now. Make your contract with reality. Type these exact words. I am no longer an open book. Hit the subscribe button if you want to keep arming your mind against the people trying to use you. Stay quiet. Stay unpredictable. And never let them see you coming.